Hello and welcome everyone. This is Nitesh Mishra from Federation of Indian Export Organizations, popularly known as FIO, India's apex trade promotion organization. And you are listening to the Voice of Exports, India's first exclusive podcast for EXIM community. On this podcast, we bring top performers from the sector who not only inspire but also reinvigorate among you to become one of them.
Welcome to another episode of Voice of Exports, India's first audio podcast on exports, started by FIO, India's apex trade promotion body. Today we have in our program Mr. Sukant Kumar Dalai, who is from Dalai Impex, which deals into agricultural products, spices, minerals, and construction products. Welcome, Mr. Dalai. Please introduce yourself and your company and the product into which you deal into.
Welcome you again. This is Sukant Kumar Dalai from Dalai Impex. We deal with spices, agriculture products, minerals, and construction metals. But we are facing a lot of challenges to access the international markets and to connect with international buyers, because such type of events are not organized by any of the government agencies, or we are just incapable to invest in our journey to attend the international programs, as we are the start of exporters here. So I request FIO and the Government of India to give us special hand-holding supports so that we can overcome these challenges to succeed in our exports. Nowadays, several FTAs have been signed by the Government of India.
Yeah.
And we are very excited. We are very excited. And Odisha is a land of natural products and full of resources, like the forest natural products, the agricultural products, organic products, the seafoods, and the minerals. Many, and also we have the silver filigree works, handloom products, and some handicrafts also. Many handicrafts. But we are just facing many challenges to do exports in these sectors. So I may request, I may pray to the Government of India, also the FIO, the apex body of the export promotion councils, to please let provide us the handling supports in which way we can succeed to explore our products to the international markets.
Talking about the challenges only, which you have just now talked about, in recent times, we have come across tariff issues, we have come across trade wars, we have come across geopolitical scenario being changing every other day. So how do you see it impacting India's exports, especially with regard to your sectors in which you deal into?
Let's see the challenges, what type of tariffs the US has imposed on India. I think it is an opportunity for us to divert our markets to some other countries.
Yeah.
That's not the challenges. But our challenges is, though we are the exporters from a remote state like Odisha. So here there is no sufficient infrastructure. There is no support to us like exporters like me. So we want complete handling supports and some special packages for us to access the international markets and to connect with international buyers. We are very, very excited, and we can grow our exports to the extent what the government is targeting nowadays.
Okay. When you talk about your products, has it really been an opportunity for you in talking in terms of tariff advantages which we have now, when you see the current decision of the Supreme Court of US bringing the tariff down to 10%?
Fine. It's a welcome decision by the Supreme Court of US, and the tariff has been just had been debated by the Supreme Court. It is a welcome step, but for us the tariff has not impacted us, because we have not started our export vigorously because of these challenges we are facing. So we want the Government of India to support us first, to connect with the international buyers, and we can do everything. Whatever the target the government officers will impose on us, or whatever the targets the government officers will will share to us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Talking about the EU FTA, how do you see the EU FTA in terms of growth for India's export sector?
Fine. Every FTA has a positive impact on Indian export.
EU consists of 28 nations, and that is why I'm asking you, how has it impacted India's exports in the past? How will it impact India's exports now when we have a EU FTA trade deal happening?
Fine. EU FTA agreement will definitely impact India's exports to European countries, because the group of countries are there and they are all in the developed countries. So we are very excited, and our products are very competitive. But there is no EU certified packhouse here. There is no EU certified lab here, and there is no support at all. I may tell you with much regret that there are no support to us. So we pray before the government of India to give special attention.
What kind of support are you talking about, Mr. Dalai?
Support means, listen, sir. Here, if we are interested to export to the European market,
okay,
there is no EU certified, US certified packhouse here.
Okay.
EU certified lab here.
Okay.
Also, to connect with the European buyers, we are facing lots of challenges because we are not capable of to invest ourselves to visit to the European countries and the exhibitions, international exhibitions there, and to connect with the international buyers.
Can you suggest few ideas as with regard to how to connect with buyers from European countries? You just now talked about it.
If a reverse buyer seller may be at Odisha, at Bhubaneswar, any other place at Odisha.
Okay.
Inviting some international buyers here,
okay,
or some international buyers from the Middle East countries, the Asian countries, then it will be much benefit to us.
Yeah. On this, I would like to tell you one thing, Mr. Dalai, that we are doing several RBSNs across India with the support of the state governments in doing various RBSNs at not only A grade and B grade cities, but also we are looking at C grade cities from different states of the country.
I may tell you regretfully that no such seminars or no such meetings have been conducted at Odisha.
No, it will be conducted in coming months. It will be conducted.
Okay, most welcome. Besides that, we need the supports to establish the UE certified, the US certified packhouse, the lab, and all those things.
Okay.
We want the complete handholding supports because for example, if we give a book to read to an LKG students and tell him to read, how he will read? That type of situation we are just facing here.
Okay. When you talk about the challenges, you have talked about various kinds of challenges which you have come across while marketing or selling your products across the globe. So what kind of suggestion or advice would you like to give to new entrepreneurs or the budding entrepreneurs who would like to come to the field of exports?
Suggestion is a suggestion also in one such type of request to the government of India to, as I have told in my last words, that please give us the support towards the connection with the international buyers, to access the international markets, and to develop infrastructures to support our exports to Odisha. That is the main thing. Because okay. Odisha has plenty of...
I'd like to cut you in between. Recently, the government has announced export promotion mission to further give boost to MSME exports. What is your take on that?
Schemes and government policies are very much more welcome and are always we are just excited to do that. But the thing is, at ground reality, we are not getting it. So for special packages and special focus should be provided to Odisha and the exporters like me from Odisha.
Okay. One very last question which I would like to not miss. How were you introduced to FIO services and what made you seek us out?
FIO is good. I don't have to tell about FIO. FIO is very good. But also we have a request to FIO to provide special attention and special focus to Odisha and the exporters from Odisha. That is my sincere request to the officials of FIO.
Okay. One added question, extended question to what I had asked you just now. What advice would you give to companies similar to your company or in general looking to export to the global market in terms of what they need to do, the kind of documentation which is required, in terms of the logistics which they look for, or the support which they look for? What advice would you like to give to companies similar to your company?
Definitely. We have achieved all the documents, the ICMC, everything we have. But that's not the real difficult process. And when we will export to the different countries, and the problems will come, and we will solve it. That are not the too much difficulties where we are facing. But the difficulties are what I have told, that the infrastructure, the markets, international markets, that have to be solved by the government of India.
Okay, you talked about different markets. Diversification of markets in the recent scenario is the key. So what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, it's a welcome step. Without diversification, we can't succeed. We can't proceed further. So diversification is always needed and always should be carried by the exporters and the export related bodies. But before that, we are not sound enough to compete with the international exporters and to connect with the international markets. That's my point, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Dalai, for being so candid and insightful in your approach while answering those questions asked by me. And thank you for joining us in this program.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Voice of Exports podcast by FIO aims to provide important information and views on foreign trade, especially on exports, which will help both Indian exporters and importers. Any statements made by an exporter, importer, or an importing company in this podcast as guests reflect the views and opinions of that individual or the company. This podcast does not constitute an endorsement by the FIO of the individual or the company, his or her or its employer or affiliated entity. The specific information or views provided, resources mentioned, or products or services endorsed or offered by that individual or the company, his or her or its employer or affiliated entity. FIO assumes no responsibility for the accuracy, completeness, or timelines of the information provided by the guest or the company in this podcast, or for the decisions made and reliance on any information provided by the guest or the company in this podcast. We thank you for listening to this episode of Voice of Exports podcast service brought to you by the FIO. For more information on how you can start exporting, please visit our website www.fio.org.